guys, this is Tracy. Today's project, we are going to be making a really easy Christmas card. I'm going to be using my Cricut Explorer Air 2. I am going to be adding HTV to my cardstock, so you do need a heat source for this project. This is just my Easy Press. You could also use an Easy Press Mini. Heat resistant mat. I have a Teflon sheet. I have my light grip mat for my cardstock. You could also use a standard grip mat. Just make sure it doesn't have a whole lot of stick because you don't want your cardstock to rip when you take it off. I do have a small piece of HTV. Various colors of cardstock. My cardstock base, this card right here, this cardstock is white. It's 110 pound. I have my glitter cardstock, and I have a piece for my envelope that I'm going to be using. I am going to be using my scoring stylus and a Cricut pen in my machine. My weeding tools. This is the glue that I'm going to be using. I've got my brayer to help put my cardstock and my HTV to my mat. This is the card that we're going to be working on. I'm going to show you how to change the phrase down here as well. If you don't want to do Merry Christmas, you could do something different. But we're going to go ahead and get started. We'll jump into Design Space. I'll show you how to get everything set up, and we can make yourself a cute little card. Okay guys, so here we are inside a Cricut Design Space, and this is what your SVG is going to look like when it lands on your canvas. A couple things we need to do to get the file ready, so I'm going to go ahead and ungroup this and move this over. This is the envelope. We're going to go ahead and drop this down. This box right here, come up here to Operation, change that to Score, and then you can either click on this right here so it grabs both, or you can highlight both, come down and click Attach. Okay, so that's going to tell your Cricut that it needs to score this and then cut this out. So move that over, and this is the card. Okay, so let's go ahead and right click and ungroup this, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take these little ornaments off. And you can see over here that these are just grouped, they're not attached, meaning when you go to cut these, I'll just show you an example here. Since they are only grouped, they're going to cut all over the place. So you can move them all around. And the reason that I did that, if you wanted to make these all individual colors, like if you wanted this one to be yellow, this one to be blue, this one to be black, you could change the colors on that. But for me, I'm just going to leave them all one, and I want it to cut exactly how you see right here. So I'm going to, while this is still highlighted, click Attach. And now when I cut them, these will cut exactly where you see them, just like this. Okay, so on our card, let's drop this down. This line right here, come up to Operation and change that to Score. And while I'm still here, where this says Merry Christmas, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to change that to a pen. So then our machine knows that it's going to write Merry Christmas instead of cut that out. So while that's still highlighted, I'm going to hit my Shift button and select this group as well. So all three things are selected, and I'm going to click Attach. And that will tell your Cricut to cut out what you see here. It's going to score first, then it's going to write with the pen, and then it's going to cut out the card. Okay, and then this is your backer. You can obviously change these to whatever colors you want. I've already made one with, I did like a silver glitter in the back, and my HTV that I put on the top is red. So I'm going to do another one, duplicate this, and I'm going to change this to red. I want it to be like a brighter red. I have a red glitter paper that I'm going to use. This gray right here is also glitter that I did. It's a glitter cardstock. I want to change my ornaments. I'm going to make them black. Okay, and then down here, I'm actually going to change the phrase on here. So I need to come up here, and I need to make sure that this is not attached anymore. So I'm going to click Detach, and I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to delete it. I'm going to come up to my text, and I'm going to use a text from Cricut Design Space. Now you can use a writing font if you have one downloaded. This one right here, the font that I used is called Salty Dish. I will leave the link for it on the blog post. But I'm going to go ahead and add a writing font here, and you can do that by finding a writing font. And I'm actually going to, let me change this so I can see what it's going to look like. I'm going to do Happy Holidays. Okay, and then I can kind of scroll through here and see what I like. I like that they give you a little preview here. I think that's cute. Okay, so I'm just going to come up here to where it says line space, and I want this to be closer together. So you can see that it's moving. So just keep clicking on that to get it to go closer together. looks. I'm gonna shrink that down a little, and it's already in a pen operation, so you don't have to change that. But then just make sure that it fits on the space where you want it, because all these little pieces that you see, those are going to cut out with your Cricut. So make sure that it fits in the area that you need it. And I'm going to bring these down to see, make sure that it looks okay. Okay, and then I'm going to grab all that, and I want to attach that. So again, it's going to tell the Cricut that it needs to write that with a pen. And then this would be behind it, and my little ornaments, bring that to the front, will be right on top. You could even cut these ornaments out of, like if you have like a glitter HTV, like you have like maybe a silver, like I would have said, whatever color makes you happy. I just like the fact that you can change the colors of each one if you want to. Like I said, that's why I did not attach them. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I'm going to hide this one because I'm not doing this one. Group that. So let's make sure we have everything set up. Let's go ahead and save this. Okay, we're going to click Make. I'm using my Cricut Explorer 2. So this is going to show you right here, like I told you, you've got a score, a pen, and a basic cut. So when you see this on your screen, if it does not say score, pen, basic cut, you forgot to do something, so go back and fix that. This is going to be cut out of HTV, so I want to make sure that I mirror that. And these are the other cardstocks. This down here, this is your envelope, so make sure it says score and basic cut. And then you're just going to go through and pick the settings that work best for the cardstock that you're going to be using. For this white one right here, this has been, Cricut Design Space has been kind of finicky lately connecting to my machine. Let's see if it works here. I've had to do like 3 and 4 times, and then I've had to turn my machine off and then come back in. So let's see how picky it's going to be. Okay, click continue. The white cardstock that I'm using, this is a 110-pound cardstock. This is my favorite cardstock that I use for white. I am actually going to use the cardstock for intricate cuts with this, only because some of these little pieces right here are smaller, and I want to make sure that it's going to cut out good. Typically when I use this cardstock, this white, I'll use cardstock. I'll use this heavy cardstock and do more pressure. But my test cuts, I did the cardstock for intricate cuts, and it cut perfect. So I'm going to use that for that one. And then when you go through and you change your mats, just make sure when you have on your HTV that you change this to everyday iron-on or whatever cuts best with your machine. This is just works with mine. And then the same with your other ones. Okay, so I'm going to cut this first. Let me make sure I go back. It is set correctly. My pen is going to be black, and it's going to tell you your operations that you need to do it, how you need to do it. It'll show you on your screen. So it will make sure you've got your scoring stylus in. It's going to score it first, and then you're going to take that out and put your pen in your clamp A, take that out, and then it's going to cut it. And then we'll go ahead and cut everything else. So I'm going to go ahead and get them all cut, get it set up. I'll show you guys the process, and then I'll show you how to put it together. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put my scoring stylus in. If you have not used one before, just look for that little dot right there, the little arrow. Open up your clamp A. Right here is your clamp A. Just open that up, put it in, and you're going to hear it click. And just go ahead and shut that, and then you're ready to go. So I'm going to put my cardstock on, right up in the corner here. I'm going to use my brayer. Get that loaded. And it's going to score it first, and then you'll have on your window, it'll tell you to put your pen in. So you'll take that out, and then you'll put your pen in. Okay, it went ahead and scored the line. So I'm going to take this out, and then I'm going to put my pen in. Same thing with your pen. It's got a little mark that's going to show you the way that it goes. Go ahead and put it in clamp A, and then close it. Go ahead and unload it. Turn your mat over and gently pull your card up. And if you've been with me for a while, you know I've got a confetti bucket, so I'll just go ahead and take all my extra little bits here. And put them in there. Okay, so next I'm going to go ahead and cut my HTV. And I'm going to make sure that my shiny side is down. Right on my mat. I'm going to do the same thing. Now this mat is new. I actually just took the sticky part off of it, the cover. So I know that it's going to go ahead and hold my HTV as good as it needs to. So I'm just going to use this to go ahead and cut that. Okay, before I cut my next piece, I need to go ahead and put my scoring stylus in again. And I also want to check, whenever you cut glitter cardstock, you want to check your blade. So just go ahead and pull it out, push that little plunger, and make sure that there is no glitter on there. So if you can see on my finger there, I've got little bits of glitter from the cardstock. So I always want to make sure that you clean that off because that can affect your cut. Okay, we've got everything cut out. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my Easy Press here. Turn the power on. I checked the Cricut website and the heat recommendations for putting HTV onto cardstock is 260. It says 30 seconds, but it doesn't usually take that long. It just kind of depends. But when we get to that part, we'll see how long it takes. So I'm going to go ahead and weed my HTV. I cut down my part here. You can see where my HTV is. Just go ahead and cut that down, and then we're going to weed this. Just stick your, if you've not weeded HTV before, just stick your little hook in the corner. Get you guys a little closer here. And then just pull back. Typically, HTV is a lot easier to weed than adhesive vinyl. But you still want to take your time when you're pulling stuff back. You just never know. Especially if your HTV is older, sometimes the carrier sheet can crack. So just take your time. And then I'm going to go through and weed my pieces. And sometimes it's hard to see. So if you turn your head to the side and kind of let it reflect off the light, sometimes it makes it easier on your eyes to find the pieces that you need to weed out. I'm going to go ahead and fold our card here. You can see the score line. I just like to line it up this way first. Just kind of helps with getting things lined up correctly. And then you can either use your bone folder or you can use your scraper to help get more of a crisp fold. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little pre-press on here just to get it warmed up a little. And then this is going to get placed right on here. Just make sure you don't hit those holes that are cut up because that HTV will stick right to the other side. I could have done some glitter HTV, but being that I'm putting glitter cardstock on the inside, I thought that might be a little overkill. Okay, so I got it lined up. Make sure there's no little pieces left over here. I see an extra piece back there. All right, Teflon sheet on top, and then just set it right on top. I'm going to do for like maybe 10 or 15 seconds, and then I will check it. Doesn't usually take very long. Okay. Just take your carrier sheet and pull it up slowly. And if you had a problem with getting it to release, you just lay your carrier sheet back down and put your heat right back on top of it. All right, we'll go ahead and turn that off because we don't need that anymore. Move our stuff out of the way. And I'm actually going to put this right underneath this just for a second, because sometimes when you put heat on cardstock, it'll roll a little bit. So I'm going to let that cool down while we fold up the envelope here. So your envelope, you can see your score marks. Same thing, just go ahead and fold them over. If you're going to mail this, I would obviously do white or a cream color so you can address it, but you could also do, if it's something that you're going to hand out to somebody, you could do like patterned paper, like this one here. I did this one patterned, but obviously you can't write on this one. So, whichever you prefer. I'm just making these a little more crisp again. Okay, so I'm going to take, this is the bottom of my envelope. I put a little swoop there so that I wouldn't get confused how I was going to glue it. If you followed any of my other tutorials, I messed up one of my envelopes and couldn't remember how to glue it, so I put a little swoop in there. So I'm just going to put some glue on here. And then just fold that down and let it dry. And then when you go to put your card in it, you could either glue it shut or you could put a little Christmas sticker on there. So let's let that dry. Okay, and we got our card and our little piece that goes inside of it here. This just gets stuck right in the little slots here. Like I said, really easy to make, guys, and you could definitely personalize this if you didn't want to write the Happy Holidays. If you use your Cricut pen, you could write somebody's name on there. There you go. See how easy that was? Here's the other one I made. That was with the Merry Christmas. The Merry Christmas will come with the free SVG. And then you could, like I said, you could write whatever you want on there. And then there's your envelope. Just stick it right inside of here. Now you've got a Christmas card ready to go. Or you could do the pattern paper, whatever makes you happy. And this one I just did out of a craft color. But there you go, guys. You can find the free SVG on the website. It is design number 263, I believe. Go ahead and grab that download. If you guys like this project, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Make a comment. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm, pushes my videos out more so more people get to see them. If you have projects that you make, I would love to see them. Please come on over to the Facebook group and show them off. Makes my heart so happy seeing the projects that you guys make with my freebies. Thanks so much for being here, guys. Until next time, have a wonderful day on purpose.